Eala's breakthrough debut at 5th Grand Slam, Indian Wells Open. Eala is set to make her debut at the tournament, widely regarded as the 5th Grand Slam. Seeded 31st, Eala has earned a first-round bye at the 2026 Indian Wells Open, also known as the BNP Paribas Open, which runs from March 4th to 15th at the Indian Wells Tennis Garden in California, United States. Now ranked a career-high world number 32, Eala will await her second-round opponent, who will emerge from the first-round clash between world number 62 Zhang Shuai of China and world number 52 Diana Yastremska of Ukraine. Zhang, 37, is a seasoned veteran who reached the quarterfinals of the Australian Open in 2016 and Wimbledon in 2019. She achieved a career-high ranking of number 22 in 2023 and remains a formidable opponent, as demonstrated by her run to the semi-finals at last week's WTA 500 Merida Open. Yastremska, 25, was a semi-finalist at the 2024 Australian Open. Once considered one of the brightest young prospects on the women's tour, she reached a career-high ranking of number 21 in 2020 at just 19 years old. Eala and Yastremska previously met in the quarterfinals of the 2025 Eastbourne Open, where the Filipina dominated the Ukrainian 6-1, 6-2. If Eala advances past the second round, she could face a pair of Grand Slam champions next. World number 4 Coco Gauff of the United States, the 2023 U.S. Open champion and 2025 French Open winner, has also received a first-round bye. Gauff will meet the winner of the first-round match between 2019 U.S. Open and Indian Wells champion Bianca Andreescu of Canada and the qualifier. Gauff defeated Eala in straight sets just 2 weeks ago in the quarterfinals of the WTA Dubai Tennis Championships. Eala will also compete in doubles, renewing her partnership with American teen sensation Iva Jovic. The duo will face former U.S. Open doubles champion and French Open singles winner Yelena Ostapenko, who will team up with American Hailey Baptiste, breaking ground at the Desert Oasis. Eala's Indian Wells story. It was early morning in California's Coachella Valley, the sun rising over the palm trees and the sweeping courts of the Indian Wells Tennis Garden preparing for another day at a tournament many players and fans have long whispered about as the 5th Grand Slam. And on this particular day, all eyes weren't just on the stars, they were also on a young woman whose steady rise has become one of women's tennis' most compelling stories. Eala, a 20-year-old sensation from the Philippines, was set to make her debut at the Indian Wells Open, officially the BNP Paribas Open, a WTA 1000 event widely regarded as among the most prestigious after the four majors. Seeded 31st and standing at a career-high ranking just inside the world's top 32, she had already claimed something no Filipino woman had ever achieved, a top seed at a WTA 1000 tournament. But the path to this sunlit moment was anything but simple. The rise of a dreamer. Alex's journey is one of quiet resolve and dazzling breakthroughs. From her early days as a junior champion to earning a spot at one of the sport's most significant events, she has blended poise, passion, and grit. Her rise captured the imagination of tennis writers and fans globally, and even those who may only follow tennis casually are now aware of the Filipina who could very well rewrite the sport's narrative in her country. Just months earlier, Alex had turned heads globally at other elite events. She made waves at the 2025 Miami Open, where she not only reached the semifinals of a WTA 1000 tournament, a historic feat for a Filipino player, but also defeated elite opponents including former Grand Slam champions and top-ranking talents. Her victories there weren't just impressive, they were symbolic, announcing to the world that she belonged among tennis elite. And just a few weeks prior to Indian Wells, she validated that potential yet again with a standout run at the Dubai Duty-Free Tennis Championships, making the quarterfinals and showcasing the fire and tactical evolution in her game. These performances earned her a seed in Indian Wells, sparked excitement from supporters, especially Filipino fans who traveled or tuned in, and set expectations that something big might be brewing in the desert. The 5th Slam beckons. The Indian Wells Open holds a special place in tennis lore. It's one of the few non-Grand Slam events that fills stadiums, crafts storylines, and demands attention. The atmosphere, more intimate than Paris, more electric than Melbourne, hotter than New York and Los Angeles, makes winning here special. And for Eala, it was the perfect stage for her next leap forward. Because of her high ranking, Alex received a first round bye, a rare privilege at this level that advanced her straight into the round of 64 without playing a match. That bye didn't just save her energy, it signaled that she was no longer an underdog but a player the world now respected. Her potential second-round match would come against either Zhang Shuai of China or Diana Yastremska of Ukraine, both formidable opponents with experience and firepower. And lurking beyond them in the draw were names that define excellence in women's tennis. From world number 1 Aryna Sabalenka and number 2 Iga Swiatek, to Coco Gauff, a two-time Grand Slam champion. It was the kind of draw that could test her early, but also elevate her legacy if she rose to the occasion. The energy around the courts. Long before her first serve at Indian Wells, something extraordinary was unfolding off the match court, what observers quickly dubbed the Eala effect. Spectators gathered at practice courts, fans exchanged stories about her explosive wins, and international attention began to shift toward the young Filipina's warm-up sessions and training drills. At the practice courts, crowds lingered not just for top-ranked stars but to watch Alex's focused forehands, her fluid footwork, her deliberate preparation. Tennis, a sport long dominated by European and American narratives, was witnessing a new story, with diverse voices, backgrounds, and paths all converging. Even in casual conversations between fans and media, there was a shared sense. Something thrilling was in the air, not just because Alex had arrived, but because she was doing so with style, confidence, and a quiet willingness to keep redefining expectations. Beyond singles, a doubles reunion. Eala's presence at Indian Wells wasn't just about singles success. She also paired up in doubles with another rising star, Iva Jovic, renewing a partnership that had previously taken them to deep runs in other tournaments. The doubles draw would test different skills, teamwork, coordinated court coverage, net finesse, and added another layer of excitement to her desert campaign. Their opening match would pit them against seasoned competitors, including former Grand Slam champions, a challenge that mirrored Alex's broader journey, stepping into bigger arenas with ambition and resilience. The stakes, pressure, and promise. For a young player, even one steeped in experience and ranking success, Indian Wells presented a unique psychological landscape. At this level, the margin between victory and defeat is razor-thin. A slip in concentration, a missed first serve, a stretched backhand late in the second set, these could be the difference between a potential breakthrough and an early exit. But if anything, Alex's recent run suggested she thrived under pressure. Her quarterfinal performance in Dubai, including a brilliant win over a top 10 opponent, showed